Ronan, losing in a final is a killer. Losing after the manner of that performance, being down to 14 men, trying so hard for so long, is absolutely heartbreaking. What are your emotions right now?
Yeah, it's tough, but my gut reaction says I don't think we were very accurate. I don't think we were very disciplined. So we made it look tight maybe at the end. A few conscientious decisions, contentious decisions maybe, but you got to park that. Shaggy, we weren't good enough on the day, you know, and I thought we were a bit hesitant in the first 40 and you know, missed a few kicks at goal. We didn't take our opportunities and they were hanging on, even though you'd admire what we did with 14 men. And you know, I asked myself, Lips, Bottia, the poor guy who got sent off, he hadn't trained, you know, and just timing off a little bit, so it plays on my mind big time.
Well, that, I suppose red card was a turning point in the game, and you do have sympathy for the player himself, but it must be frustrating for you because it changed the entire game.
Yeah, exactly, it does, yeah, there's no doubt about it, and you know, just to keep them to one try, I think it was, but we weren't accurate with the ball, and we needed to be better. As we know, it's a little bit easier if we got dry conditions, but you know, it's a bit of a learning curve. We were all in today though, it was all about winning, and when you look at that, there was a 5 points difference with 15 against 14. It's disappointing.
You do, that's the thing, you think you win that game with 15 men though, Ronan, with so much right. I think tactically you got it dead on, you adapted better than they did, but ultimately it was down to that extra man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's hard when you're living every moment and you're trying to stay ahead of the game tactically, but there was a few moments, we could have gone 15-9. That +3 would have been a big boost with 14. There's a load of other little things. It's not as if we didn't threaten, so damn right I'm proud of them. Of course I am. We've come a long way, but there's no point being second best.
Yeah, and that's the point, I think. Even down to 14 men, you still had opportunities to win that game. It wasn't like it was over at that point. It was a little bit of accuracy. There were a few missed kicks. That has to be frustrating.
Yeah, and well, I think what we've worked on is the kind of the people, the player bit will come afterwards. You could see character. It would have been easy to fold, but like, we were the boys chomping at the bit at the end. I can't wait to see the end to Mac against 3. Like, it's still an action part of the game. If he's holding on the ground, it's a penalty. Maybe you can kick to the touch and normally you score from that, but it's not sour grapes. It's just we weren't accurate enough for the first 40. Take my medicine, but it's with the dark clouds, there's a lot of promise.
But pride in the performance as well,
course,
Ronan.
very
you know,
proud.
Huge amount of effort went in, right, the try near the end, all the way through to the end. Massive commitment, particularly out the forward pack.
Yeah, there was, and we got stung too with a dislocation shoulder. You can't bring on the guy. You just replaced him for 2 minutes, so we're playing with 3 second rows, and 2 of them are more jumpers than carriers. But that's all right. We've backed the squad all year. We continue to do it. Obviously, Bottia will get a harsh suspension now, and he'll be out. But you know, as I said before the game, there's tomorrow. We're bitterly disappointed. You get a shot for 80 minutes. We weren't good enough, but I'll sleep tonight knowing that the boys empty the tank for us.
It's the end in Europe this year for La Rochelle, but not the end for this team, certainly. Many pluses to be taken from the performance, and your season's not over yet.
Yeah, there's huge pluses, exactly. We've got a great top 14 campaign, but Europe is special. There's no doubt about it. I love the competition. Even today, it was so fantastic to be part of it. But you wanted to have that killer instinct, but there was a lot of positives, as you said, with 14 men. It's good, but it wasn't good enough to win, and it's just a bit sad now.
Next time. Thanks a million, Ronan. Hard luck.